Hello, my name is Celeste Green, and I am from Spanish for Kids. Spanish for Kids is, you may have seen me around. I have my company that comes into the elementary schools here in Ypsilanti to help expose children in elementary schools to Spanish and to start your bilingual journey early on, like we're supposed to. And I went to elementary school in Detroit, Michigan, and I went to McFarlane Elementary School. And I loved school. I loved it when I was there. I loved teaching in an elementary school as well. I went to college at Central State University, and that is an HBCU. It's a historically black college or university. And I had an amazing time there where I studied Spanish. And actually, when I was young, my father spoke to me in Spanish, not all the time, but he knew that it was a really valuable thing to learn two languages. And so he spoke to me in Spanish, and then I decided I wanted to major in that. And so I did that, and then decided, you know what, I think as many kids as possible should have the opportunity to be bilingual. So I started my company to be able to go into as many elementary schools as I possibly can to make sure that kids get that opportunity. So I'm so excited to come into all the schools and see everyone and start their language journey. Okay, we have a book today called Just a Minute, a Trickster's Tale and Counting Book by Yuyi Morales. This looks interesting. Just a minute. I like all the colors in this book. In Mexico, I used to live in Mexico, and I remember seeing all of these papel picados, all those decorations. When Grandma Beetle woke at dawn, she heard a knock at the door. And, oh my, waiting outside, she found Senor Calavera. It says Calavera. Calavera is like a skull or a skeleton. And that's Senor Calavera. Senor Calavera tipped his hat. What a skinny gentleman. With the pass of his hand, he signaled to Grandma Beetle. It was time for her to come along with him. The cat doesn't look too happy. He's running away. So what does Grandma Beetle say? She says, "Just a minute, Senor Calavera." Grandma Beetle said, "I will go with you right away. I have just one house to sweep." Senor Calavera remembered he had extra time today, so he decided to wait. Uno. One swept house, counted Senor Calavera, and he rose from his seat. Cat's still over there like, get away from me. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I have just 2 pots of tea to boil. Senor Calavera sighed. Waiting a little longer wouldn't hurt anybody after all. Dos. Uno, dos. 2 steaming pots of tea, counted Senor Calavera, and he headed for the door. So here she is, putting something sweet into those pots of tea. Looks like manzanas, maybe some apples in there. I like the glitter in her hair. I don't know if you can see that. Her hair's real glittery. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I have just 3 pounds of corn to make into tortillas. Senor Calavera, I see how he rolled his eyes. Senor Calavera rolled his eyes. He had to be very patient sometimes. Tres. Uno, dos, tres. 3 stacks of tortillas, counted Senor Calavera, and he put on his hat. I don't see the cat. Oh, there's the cat. Yep, so she's doing her tortillas. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 4 fruits to slice. Senor Calavera frowned. He's got a frown on his face there. This was taking more time than he had expected. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fruits made into salad, counted Senor Calavera, and he motioned that they should go. I don't know, she looks pretty busy to me. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 5 cheeses to melt. Senor Calavera tapped his fingers. This was getting out of hand. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 melted cheeses, counted Senor Calavera. And he hurried to help Grandma Beetle with her sweater. I wonder if she's going to go this time. He's getting a little impatient. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 6 pots of food to cook. Senor Calavera threw up his hands. What else could he do? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 6. 6 pots of delicious food, counted Senor Calavera, and he offered Grandma Beetle his arm. He has an apron. I didn't know what that was. He has on an apron. Don't really know what clothes he's trying to protect, but okay. And even the cat is like, what are you doing? What? Really? Like, okay. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 7 piñatas to fill with candy. Senor Calavera shook his head in disbelief. It was getting late. 7. See if we can count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 piñatas full of candy, counted Senor Calavera. Actually, he's eating some. That's not fair. And he opened the door for Grandma Beetle. And they're feeling, oh, some of these are dropping. Come on, guys. Gotta get them in the piñatas. You can't just let them fall. What is that? Okay. So now we got, what's she going to say now? What do you think she's going to say next? So we're at 7. If you know how to count in Spanish, see if you know what comes after 7 in Spanish. It is... Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you. What? Right away. I have just 8 platters of food to arrange on the table. See if we can count up to, what did we say was after 7? After 7 is 8. So we can count those up and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I counted that right. Or is it, I don't know. It's 8. We do know it's 8. Enough! Senor Calavera could take no more. He's having a fit. You see that? 8. 8 is 8 in English. 8 platters of food set on the table. But Senor Calavera had lost count. He was too busy stomping on the floor. Look at the cat. It's like, wow. His hair sticking up. She's like, okay, this is too much for me. And Grandma Beetle does not seem to be bothered by this at all.
At all.
Not even a little bit. He's having a tantrum. The cat is scared. And she's like, I'm making my food. We're going to eat. All right. So what comes after ocho? Do you know how to count to 10 in Spanish? You can say what comes after ocho. Let's see. Oh, look, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle exclaimed. Here come my grandchildren. Senor Calavera took a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in Spanish, 9 is nueve. Nueve. 9 beautiful grandchildren came through the door. He's like, well, he's trying to count them up like this is too much. I can't take it. So what comes after nueve in Spanish? If you know how to count to 10 Spanish, let's see. The children sat at the table, everyone at his place. Now, Grandma Beetle said, all my guests are here, and together they make 10. But the guests sitting at the table counted only 9. Grandma, the children protested, where's guest number 10? Here he is, she answered. And after nueve in Spanish is 10. Number 10, of course, is Senor Calavera. We were busy eating already. Like, yum. It was time to celebrate Grandma Beetle's birthday. When the birthday cake was all aflame, Grandma Beetle blew out the candles with a gust like a hurricane. Wow, if she can blow all those out, she's way better than me. She is like amazing. Aww. When the party was over, Grandma Beetle kissed her grandchildren one by one. Then she announced, I'm ready, Senor Calavera. But, oh my, where was Senor Calavera? Grandma Beetle found only a note. A note? I wonder what that note is. I think this is the note here. Oh, he left some candy. Trailer, he took some candy with him. And the cat is like, bye. Dear Grandma Beetle, your birthday was a scream. I had fun like never before. I wouldn't miss your next birthday party for anything in the world. You can count on that. Sincerely yours, Senor Calavera. She's winking her eye. I wonder why. So guess what? All that, and she never even ended up going with them or having to go with them. He left, and he'll be back next year for the party. It looks like the cat's dancing. The end. That was an awesome book. I love that. And I wonder, it's called A Trickster's Tale. I wonder who was tricking who. I wonder what was happening here with Grandma Beetle and Senor Calavera. Think about